Good morning. My name is Dr. Koutramanis. I am the Associate Director for the Loth Center for Entrepreneurship, and I'd like to welcome everybody to our Fall 2018 C.R.E.A.T.E Pitch Competition. Welcome. Very loud. Very loud. We have close to 40 participants today. We're very excited. This is one of our premier events that we do every year, and we start really early out in the fall semester. This is probably one of our most dynamic programs that we have for students. What's going to happen here over the next few hours as we go through all the pitches, we have close to 40 teams that will be pitching to win a spot, a very coveted spot, in our boot camp that we will have from this day forward. Once you get selected, if you get selected, you will go through an 8-week boot camp for entrepreneurship. Then you will show up again, a more formal pitch in front of a different group of judges to actually win cash prizes. But it's a great opportunity because this is one of our co-curricular programs that spans cross-campus. Entrepreneurship is a cross-disciplinary field. Folks come from the sciences, the arts, and of course the College of Business. So we really created this program in order to reach out across campus to all students and have them come in and pitch their ideas and participate in our boot camp and our programs that we have here. So we have a very, very distinguished group of judges here, and the one common thread that they all have in common is that at one point during their academic careers, they were all sitting right where you were. So they're all UT alumni. Quite a few of our graduate, Masters of Science graduate alumni as well. So we'd like to introduce them in just a minute, but before we do that, we also have our distinguished faculty that's here that will help throughout the program. I'd like to introduce our director for the Center for Entrepreneurship, Dr. Rebecca White. Dr. Kevin Moore, professor of entrepreneurship and kind of the pack leader here. He'll be speaking to you in a little bit. Dr. Tom Pitts and Dr. Costa Alexiou. So we're all here to see what you guys have to do, and we're here to help support you as you continue on. I'd also like to point out two of our staff folks over here, Olivia Manchin. She's our manager of operations. We've got Jackie Bishop in the back as well. They make all this possible, so thank you very much for making this happen today. I'd like to have the judges get up, introduce themselves, tell the group a little bit about you.
Because we're recording, you have to use the microphone.
Hello, everyone. My name is Patrick Reese. I'm a recent graduate from the University of Tampa. As you can tell from my accent, I'm from just east of the Mississippi. I'm working with my colleague here, Fabien. We met on the master's program just over the last 12 months. So we've been working on a wearable technology business that aims to reduce the possibilities of injuries in professional athletes and help with the rehabilitation pathway. So before coming here, I had worked in marketing, public relations, advertising, and also a lot in social enterprises. So I'm excited to see the kinds of businesses we have today and what everyone's going to be presenting. So I'll pass over to Fabien now.
Hi, you all. I'm Fabien Liebscher. I'm coming from Germany, and like Patrick said, we've done the masters together, and before that I was a professional athlete, got injured, so that was the cause why we had the idea and partnering up and working against injury prevention. I've done my undergraduate in West Virginia, right? Here as well. We had already discussion about wild and wonderful West Virginia, so yeah. And then I saw this awesome program down here, and yeah, it's been an incredible experience the past 12 months, and I'm really excited to see what the next generation here has to offer. So thank you.
Hello, good morning. I'm Dr. Yvonne Franco. I actually was a professor here last year where I found my way to the Entrepreneurship Center. I graduated in 2003 as an educator and started working in the industry, and then went into, kind of found a passion for instructional design and started a company here, just actually 2016 already. And it's called Instructional Solutions, and you may have seen some of my work if you were familiar with Just Grow. I've written the curriculum for Just Grow and Just Learn. I'm currently working at the University of South Florida as a professor, and continuing my work through my company. And so I get to do both of the things I love the most, all based on instructional design and teaching and learning. I'm very excited to see what you guys bring to the table today, specifically because I'm very invested in my students. And so I'm very invested in all the learning that you guys are doing and supporting you to move forward in your careers. So congratulations for just being here today, and I can't wait to hear what you have.
Hello, I'm Carlton Meadows, and have a couple of master's degrees from the University of Tampa, so I'm a Spartan at heart, and I was happy to see them offer the program. I have nothing against green blood, but I didn't really want to go be a bull. So I'm an athlete by default, and my desire is to help aging individuals to be a little more constructive in their fitness pursuits by matching them with customized programs that help them to maintain correct form, that helps them obtain the results that they're pursuing without ending up in physical therapy or worse, the ER. So I'm glad that entrepreneurship is taken to the hearts of you sitting here, and so it'll be exciting to see what you have to lay out before us. And I'll pass it to Joel.
Good morning, everybody. Whoa. My name is Joel. I'm a 2008 graduate of UT. I came in for business, halfway through I swapped to music, went on and had a career in conducting orchestras all around the world. And I had an idea after turning down a record deal that led to a business concept. And I reached out to UT and met Dr. White, and she joined the board of my company, helped me raise some capital from an investor over in Europe, and I got the bug. So ever since I decided I'm done with music, at least for a profession, I wanted to build great products and, kind of find a way to change the world through business. And now I'm on my third software company, which is called Global Harvest. And what we're doing is we're building workforce technology to help people close their skills gaps as the economy changes. We have features such as matching people to jobs instantly without job ads, without resumes, without job searching. And we've just secured business of 2 Fortune 100 companies, so we're doing really well. And I'm excited to hear these ideas today and give you guys some input and hopefully find great ideas that may change the world. So, thank you.
Thank you all for being here. I'd like to bring up Dr. Kevin Moore right now. He will get things started for us and explain the process.
Thanks, Dean. Congratulations for being here. What's the number one most important thing to an entrepreneur? What? Capital? Time. Time. Capital is easy. Time. And I want to thank these 5 folks for giving up their time to support you in this process, because you can't get the time back. You can always do things. An entrepreneur needs to get in, get their knowledge, and get out. You're always basically balancing your time, and time is the most critical element. So always protect it, and thank you for giving up some of your time to push this forward. Here's how it's going to go today. Jackie Bishop, where is Jackie? Right there in front. Jackie's going to be shepherding all of you into the queue, right? Even though you might be number 40, you might be actually presenting 15th. It's going to be very fluid today because we have students that are coming in, going to classes, and having to come in and out, and so we're going to get them in as they go. So always be looking for Jackie. You have 90 seconds to do your pitch. All right? The judges may ask a clarifying question. But if you believe you're the next in line, prepare yourself. Get up and get ready. All right? Because we've got a lot of folks and we've got a limited amount of time to do it. So, anything else? Oh, all of you have earned the opportunity to be in the Spartan Accelerator. These are student-run businesses. We've had some great successes over so if you don't get selected, don't worry. Become a Spartan Accelerator. The C.R.E.A.T.E team will automatically be in the Spartan Accelerator. You have space, you have opportunity, you have access. There's legal services that are provided for you. You have access to the entrepreneurs in residence. I mean, it is an awesome way to stay in touch up here. And it doesn't matter if you're not a business major. We actually embrace public health, arts, everyone. College of Education. Turns out they make a tremendous amount of great entrepreneurs. All right? So come up here and be involved. The applications, as Jackie is pointing to me, I'm just a puppet, actually. They tell me what to do. You know. Applications are here. They are due on Monday, which means that you have the weekend to do it. Fill it out, turn it in on Monday, and we'll get you going. All right. So Jackie, who's first? Oh, can you stand up, Olivia? 90 seconds. At the 30-second mark, you're going to see this, and at the 90-second mark, you're going to see this. What does stop mean? It means stop. It's not kinda. It's not ease into it. It's not, it's stop. I wish we had a big, hook. So, all right. So, are we ready? Are you excited? Yeah, this is nothing but awesome. Raymond. All right. Judges. You could take these off, but because we are recording, anytime that you ask a question or something, please use the microphone, all right? And the microphone will remain on. Hold it right about there. All right.
Do I get extra 10 for going first?
Nope, nothing. Make sure when you come up here, you state your name clearly, or the company name. Both is preferred, but make sure you're doing that so that the judges can write it down. If they don't know who you are, it's hard to vote for you.
Hello. Do I just start? Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Ray Moeller, and I am an entrepreneurship major here at UT. When I was 6 years old, I founded a nonprofit organization called the Little St. Nick Foundation. And in a nutshell, what the Little St. Nick Foundation does is we help children in hospitals deal with their fear and anxiety, do different programs we have. And we do this by inspiring kids in the local communities that we work in to give back to other kids. So we kind of have a twofold mission of kids inspiring and helping kids. So for example, we have a chapter right now in New York, and it's run by a 12-year-old, pretty much. And the 12-year-old chapter leader organizes different community groups to come to our office on Long Island, and they pack emergency room gift bags. And whatever hospitals we work with, their emergency room receives our gift bags, and every child who enters the emergency room gets a gift bag to take their mind off what they're going through. We also have holiday toy drives that is also organized by our chapter leader and different volunteers in the community, and they go out to local business and schools, and those toys are used throughout the year for different hospital parties we have. The children get to come down the hospital, they pick out toys. It kind of gets their mind off everything that they're going through. We also grant wishes on a case-by-case basis, and our chapter leaders and other youth volunteers help organize our fundraising events. So we kind of have a twofold mission of the goal of, yes, we're helping kids in need, but we're also teaching kids in the community critical values at a young age that seem to be lost today in society. Thank you. Yeah. Yep.
was going to ask, how many areas did you say you're in just now? You had one in New York?
Yeah, just one chapter in New York.
Right, okay.
All right. Thank you very much. Thanks. The future of fast food is fresh. Crystal Lynn. All right. Hospital helpers. All right. The 50-50 pencil. Kenneth. All right, come on down, Kenneth.
Good morning, guys. My name is Kenneth Lund, and I am a business management major here at UT. I'm a sophomore. So if you think back to all the times that you've used a normal pencil up from first grade to now, you could probably never think of a point where you have run out of graphite. That is why my idea is the 50-50 pencil. 50% eraser, 50% graphite. All the times you've used a pencil, it writes for 35 miles long, and you probably have never, ever gotten that far. But I'm sure at one point you've run out of eraser. So 50% eraser, 50% graphite. The half side of the eraser is sharpenable, just like the graphite side, so you can get more eraser. In the US alone, 2 billion pencils are sold every single year. The average pencil costs 1.3 cents to make. If you calculate the amount of graphite in the pencil and the amount of eraser in the pencil, and then you calculate it to make it 50%, the price does not change. It's still about 1.3 cents to make. So the 50-50 pencil, I would like eventually to replace the normal pencil in the United States to become what is now known as the regular pencil. Thanks, you.
How many pencils does someone use per year?
I guess that depends on who you are, a student or whatever, but normally I believe the average person goes through about 5 pencils is what I read.
What's the cost of your pencil?
A normal pencil costs 1.3 cents to make, but if you calculate the actual cost, like I said before, if you did replace each component, it should come out to about 1.3 cents.
I'm sorry, I meant how much do you sell a pencil for?
Oh, the same amount as a regular pencil. So a box, okay, I think is, I want to say 80 cents. I could be wrong though.
All right.
How many have you sold so far?
Oh, this is just an idea. I haven't
Concept,
actually.
okay.
Yeah.
Sounds great.
All right. Thanks so much. Okay, see, that's an idea that is worthy for Dr. Pitts and Dr. Alexu because they make mistakes. Dr. Kutramanis and I, we don't need an eraser. That's the power of having the microphone. All right, Amelia.
Yeah,
You guys know that there is time. If you guys need time in between, we can also give you, just let us know whenever you're done on that. Let's go.
Good morning. My name is Amelia Mayo, and I'm a 10th grade English teacher in Tampa. Whenever I ask my students to take out their cell phones for a lesson, they're immediately intrigued. However, that excitement only lasts for so long before they're distracted by things like social media or text messaging.
Hi, I'm Zach, and when Amelia told me about this problem that exists in her classroom, I figured there must be a better way. That's why we came up with C.R.E.A.T.E. C.R.E.A.T.E is an application that goes on the student's phone that teachers can drive educational content through and be instantly notified when the student is distracted by another app.
When the students come into class, they take out their phones and scan a QR code that's located on their desk. This will immediately automate attendance.
Additionally, students can request hall passes to places like the bathroom or the nurse's office. Once these hall passes are approved by the teacher, the student can seamlessly get up and leave class without interruption.
C.R.E.A.T.E eliminates distractions caused by cell phones and allows me to teach engaging and technology-enriched lessons. Incorporate Seed Classroom at your school today. Thank you.
Thank you.
So I'm curious, what happens when someone is distracted during, so let's say you're teaching and you get notified that someone is, on their phone or whatever, what happens then?
Yeah, so the teacher gets that notification, and they could push an automated notification straight back to the student that says, please return back to C Classroom.
So is it like on a desk computer, pressing a button while I'm teaching, and just like boom,
Yeah,
boom, boom, boom,
it
without
would
stopping?
either come through just like a text would on your phone, or it would be a notification on your desktop, whichever the teacher prefers.
From my knowledge, you already are a little bit further advanced in the whole stage. So how do you acquire new customers? What is your strategy for that?
Yeah, so right now what we're trying to do is we've got the iOS app fully developed, Android is fully developed, and web is coming just right around the corner with the next couple weeks. So right now we're trying to find teachers that want to pilot this in their schools and then have it grow from there.
Thank you.
Is your target group elementary, middle, high?
Secondary education, we're targeting schools with a large majority of students have cell phones.
So grades 6 through 12.
6 through 12, yeah. We're finding that the average age of a student getting a smartphone now is 10.3 years old, which is actually a 5th grader. So that market's just going to keep growing a little bit.
How would it get funded?
So far we've raised $67,000 through friends and family, and we're looking to reach a goal of $120,000.
And that would reach how many students or schools? At least what's your idea for that?
Yeah, our idea initially, I mean, we're looking at trying to hit what we're calling our market presence right now. We're obviously here in Tampa. I'm from Long Island, and Amelia's from Northern Jersey. So we're trying to stick to those regions where we have a lot of connections already made to schools. That's about, I guess if we had 4% of that market, at what we're looking to charge is about $5 per user per year, student, teacher, and administrator. 4% of that market would be a little over $100,000 in sales.
Good job. Good job. Alex? Right. A couple of things for all of you. For example, those two need to make sure they connect with Dr. Franco. That's her world. But at some point, Dr. White always talks about, it's what you know and who you know. Intentionally build your network, and that starts here, right? All right, Alex.
So, good morning. My name is Sasha, and I'm a huge fan of coffee. Nervous. It's very complicated to find a coffee with a high quality of coffee drinks, right? And I can see how the coffee productions has led to distributions of poor quality coffee. That's why I decided to make an anti-cafe. In that anti-cafe, you don't have to pay for the drinks or food. In that anti-cafe, visitors are paying only for the minutes. It's aimed at students, businessmen, coaches of life and business, and etc. In our anti-cafe, we will have PS, Xbox, a board for coaches, board games, and a quiet corner for businessmen. I'm sorry. I know. In my anti-cafe, I plan to promote the culture of coffee. You can try different styles of coffee from all over the world, with ice cream, with the neck, in Vietnamese style, and etc. Also, I plan to establish a delivery system, coffee delivery system. Just imagine, every day you get to work at 7 a.m. and you have to, and you need a cup of coffee. This is where we're gonna start. Yeah. I know, I spend a lot of time and nervous.
So am I hearing correct? It's a facility, and people go to this?
yeah, I plan to open an anti-cafe place where you can arrive and choose a coffee which you like. And after that, you can schedule it. And every day, every morning, you will get it in your apartment or a place or office, university, everywhere. So, yeah.
So it's kind of a
It's like a
boutique style
Well, it's
group
like a
workspace.
Starbucks. It's a Starbucks where you can arrive and try a coffee, and after that, you will choose it, what you like, which coffee you like, and after that you will get it every day or every week, in the interval which you choose.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. We have Dan. After meeting with Sasha, I didn't realize there were that many types of coffee. It was staggering.
Good morning. My name is Dan McGonigal, and I'm with Statusgo, where we help companies and organizations with the challenges of employee engagement. If you need evidence that employee engagement is a challenge, Gallup launched a survey at the end of last year that said of the 1 billion full-time employees around the world, only 15% are engaged in the work they do. In the 21st century, those numbers are just unacceptable. And you can imagine the financial impact and the lost productivity that comes with that. It's just mind-boggling. I've spent the last 15 years in this space developing award-winning software, and that's what we do at Statusgo. Our platform and our mobile application is like a fitness tracker for your job. So our clients eliminate the annual performance review, which is dreaded by everybody, and you're gonna get 360-degree real-time feedback as an employee on your performance so you can improve, and organizations get that same level of feedback at the macro level. So why does this matter? Why is it important? What's the incentive to work on it? Engaged employees improve their organizations with 41% lower absenteeism, 59% lower turnover, 24% higher sales, and 21% higher profitability. I don't think there's any bigger incentive to go from status quo to status go. Thank you.
So what's your in to the employers?
Yeah, so we're going to go after business leaders, chief learning officers, the heads of human resources and training departments who I've worked with in the past.
Do you already have the app, or is it in development right now?
It's in development. We have wireframes, but I started this 2 months ago, so
Yeah.
moving fast and furious.
Quick question for me is, what type of data points are you capturing from either, well, from the employees or employers to provide these top-level metrics that you're talking about?
Yeah, so we start with assessing their learning maturity, and we plot them on a maturity model, and then we drill down at the employee level and look at employee performance ratings on things like goal accomplishment. Do they do what they say they're going to do when they say they're going to do it? Things like that. Yep.
All right. This is awesome. Stephen Pierce.
Good morning. My name is Stephen Pierce, and I'm here to introduce you to the Tae Baek. I came here to the University of Tampa in 2014 as an undergrad to study business, and right away the first week I wanted to start a clothing company. I had this energy, but I didn't really know about business, didn't know about fashion, and I sat outside my dorm and tried to think of a innovative style, something different. And I saw a guy walk by with a bandana tied in the front and a bow tie, and I thought I've never seen that in a hat. So 4 years later, here I am. I'm in the Master's Entrepreneurship program, and I had this first prototype. It's a cotton construct with a leather lace, and it's a woman's product, and they can tie their ponytail with the lace, and it holds the hat in place with high wind scenarios, like being on a boat. This is a lifestyle version. We also plan on making a sport version with a nylon hat and a neoprene lace with a lace lock. That'd be practical for golf, equestrians, tennis, boating, all of these. I am asking to be a part of the boot camp in order to gain more guidance to make this happen. And with the money, I plan on going for utility patents. Therefore, I can license the product if that arises. And I also need the money for manufacturing and website development. Thank you.
Any questions? You good?
You seem quite far along with the project already. I was going to ask, how much money would you be looking for in total to do everything that you're saying you need to do?
Yeah, so first are the utility patents. I want to get those taken care of, and those can run to $10,000 each, depending on how that goes. Both laces need their own for the construct. And then after that, with website development, manufacturing costs, it really depends on how we scale. But yeah. Also, sources like Kickfunder, GoStart, they can help. GoFundMe.
Good job. Good job. Dr. Alexu and Dr. Pitts would like to tie their ponytails back as soon as they can. Yeah. 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 All right, Ryan.
All right, so good morning, everybody. My name is Ryan Pahala, and my product is actually an app. It's called Poho, after my last name. So basically, the idea I got for this app was I was sitting in a Wendy's one day, waiting for a date. I know, kind of embarrassing. And this old man comes up to me. He sits down next to me, and the guy won't shut up. He keeps talking to me for like literally 45 minutes. I'm like, oh my God, this girl's gonna think I brought my grandfather to this date. It's gonna be so embarrassing. Already on Tinder, like this is a rough day for Ryan. Anyway, so the guy talks to me for more than enough time, and eventually I realize, wow, it's a really interesting man. And at the end of the conversation, the guy says to me, you know, Ryan, thank you for talking to me. You're the first person I've talked to in 3 weeks. 3 weeks without talking to anybody. It broke my heart. It was the nicest guy I'd ever met. Kind, sweet, compassionate. So why is that? So you see, so many elderly people these days struggle with loneliness. So bad that actually in England, they hired a minister of loneliness. So my app is called Poho, and basically what it'll do is it'll pair young people like me with elderly people from nursing homes and all over the state of Massachusetts, Rhode Island, all over New England, and hopefully, eventually, all over the country with younger kids that they can mentor and talk to kind of establish a connection. Because I learned a lot from that old man, and I think that he could learn a lot from me too. So thank you very much. Have a good morning.
You obviously have a target audience. Do you have an idea of where you want to start? Specifically?
Do I?
Yes. Do you have an idea of where you want to start reaching?
I made this up on the walk up here.
Okay.
All right, yeah. We're being honest here. I mean, yeah. No problem. I'm sure there's no more questions after that. Yeah, I'm sure.
Right. Awesome. Awesome. Just a quick shout out, speaking of lonely people, Chuck Papa Giorgio. Yeah. Chuck is actually one of our entrepreneurs in residence. He's an engineer, gives freely of his time, and he's absolutely amazing. So in the startup phase, spend some time with Chuck. But be prepared, because you're going to hear real, honest feedback. All right? All right, who's up next is Inner Revolution. Bailey.
Good morning, my name is Cameron Thomas, and this is my business partner, Bailey Truesdale. We are Inner Revolution. Inner Revolution wants to change the landscape of the community. We want to bring the farmers markets to the community and create a more cost-effective way to eat healthy. Because if you look at a lot of the supermarkets now, like Winn-Dixie, Whole Foods, Publix, Walmart, a lot of these produce sections contain unnatural chemicals such as citric acid and other chemicals that are unnamed. Farmers markets are local and organic, so now you're putting the money back into the community, your own people that you live with within your community, instead of pumping money into the big corporations, which you don't necessarily know who the owner is. Inner Revolution has 4 platforms, including Facebook, Instagram, website and blog, and most importantly, our Inner Revolution Farmers Market app. This app will enable users to be identified and notified when and where all the local farmers markets are happening. With that being said, now we've created a more convenient way for people to get their groceries, because a lot of the times you'll be driving down the street, you don't even know what you want your grocery list to be, so you just pull up to Walmart or Publix real quick. But if you had that information to create a more convenient way to shop locally and cost effective, people could eat healthier and it would be more affordable. We are in a revolution, and we want to create basically a GPS roadmap.
So what inspired the ideal?
So actually my cousin, he told me you need to start drinking a lot of water, because I was stressed out, I wasn't feeling well, so I just started drinking tons of water every day. And my mind started to get more clear. I felt like almost smarter and more sharp. So then I became vegan, started eating healthier, eating vegetables and fruits, and it was like, I haven't been sick in like 2 years. So I'm like, wow, I wish everyone could feel like this. So that's really what inspired me. And then the excuses people say, like, I don't have time to cook, I don't have time to grocery shop. But if you had the right resources paired with the way to implement that into your lifestyle, you can make that happen. Every family could have an affordable way to live healthy and avoid having to take prescription medicine. And I think that will really influence the economy if everyone's healthy.
What demographic do you want to start with?
Tampa.
I mean, as far as age.
Millennials.
Millennials, okay.
Because we're the future.
So are you bringing farmers into localized areas? Is that what you're doing? And then providing that resource to those communities?
Well, there's actually already over 70 farmers markets in Tampa Bay alone, but a lot of people don't know that. They know probably the top 5 grocery stores. So really, we'd be providing the information. But on top of that, the implementation as well, because information is kind of useless if you don't have a guide on how to use it. So kind of connecting the two together to bridge the gap. Thank you.
All right, we're getting there. We are doing really well. Millennials are the future. Yes, doesn't mean we're dead yet, people. So, all right, here we go.
1.3 million students who graduated with the class of 2017 graduated with student debt. I am here to help those students graduate debt-free, My name's Jamie Dietrich, and my company is called C.R.E.A.T.E. It's a company that works to help pair students with families who have an extra room or space in their home to stay with them and live with them for free while they work to pay off their student debt. These families, or the graduates will work for a few hours a day to help the families, doing anything from cooking to cleaning, gardening, and much, much more. And you might ask, why would anyone take a chance on a stranger? But companies like Airbnb and Workaway are already doing things like this. And in the case of Workaway, it's in exchange for work. So if you help and invest time in my company, we can help students across the globe become financially free. Thank you.
So they don't have the expense of lodging, per se?
Correct. They would live with host families for free and in exchange work for them doing odd jobs that the family doesn't want to do themselves.
So as far as their tuition goes, is there an impact on the tuition or just the
No.
cost of living?
No impact on tuition, just cost of living. So a lot of students graduate and they don't want to live at home. No one wants to live at home when they graduate. But so this is a way for students to live somewhere other than home for free.
And then who finances the
Cost of
yeah,
living?
the cost, yes.
The families would, it's not that much of a cost difference because I guess they're showering and using the electricity, so that's a slight difference, but they're not feeding the student. The student is paying for their own groceries and things like that.
I actually wanted to live at home, but I'd still live at home if I could. Coastal Threads. But when I turned 18, my parents gave me luggage. And then I graduated from high school, and my parents gave me luggage.
For summer vacation.
My name's Ireland Flood. I'm going to be talking about Coastal Threads denim. According to Forbes, the fashion industry is the second leading cause of pollution. So essentially, the fashion industry is causing great damage to our environment. And what for? So girls are wearing the same Forever 21 skirt that everybody else is wearing. This past June, me and my best friend Nellie started our own slow fashion clothing business called Coastal Threads Denim. Our mission is to find quality thrifted pieces, such as jeans, jackets, and skirts, and turn them into something one of a kind by hand embroidering them or hand distressing them. So far, we've caught the eye of women from all ages and all sizes, as well as we've caught the eye from women from all ages and all sizes, as well as, so our target market is pretty broad. So far, within the first 7 weeks or so, we surpassed our expenses and made profits of over $600. And we also caught the eye of brick and mortar boutiques and actually had our handmade custom shorts sold in an actual brick and mortar store. So as you can see from some of the success from my business, women are still looking for individuality in their clothing. And it doesn't have to be from the expense of the environment, because once loved clothing can be loved again with a little TLC. Thank you.
How would this scale?
I'm sorry?
How would you scale this?
Well, we want to invest in tools such as embroidery machines and sewing machines to make it more efficient and faster, because so far right now we're doing it by hand, so things are being made at a slower pace. But that's what we plan on doing. But
How do you guarantee the quality of what you put out, what you produce?
we're very picky about what we pick from the thrift stores. We go to a lot of different places. I'm actually wearing a pair of jeans from the thrift store. They're $3, and this is something that we would buy from the thrift store that we would actually embroider or chop or turn into shorts, just make them something different. But we're very picky about the quality, and we usually go for jeans such as Levi's or Lee or stuff like that. We're not going to just pick some really cheap brands because we want quality in our products.
That answered my question.
Cameron?
Good morning. My name is Kenneth Molex. I'm majoring in international business, and I'm also on the lacrosse team here at UT. I believe that every product that has ever been invented has solved a problem. I've been playing sports my whole entire life, and no matter how many different sports I've played, football, lacrosse, baseball, one thing seems to stay the same: that long walk back from practice, exhausted, either to home or school. And I never bothered to take off my cleats. And up until recently, this wasn't a problem for me, until a very good friend of mine was walking back to school from football practice and ended up slipping on the concrete. And that day, he actually fractured his tailbone. He was out for the rest of the season. So fortunately, I figured out a solution to this problem. My product is a cushioned, non-skid sole that attaches to the bottom of your cleats. This not only prolongs the lifespan of your cleats, but also protects you on your walk home. Thank you.
Does it work for all sorts of cleats? Because I have won different manufacturers and they all had different studs at different spots. So
Yes, golf cleats, baseball cleats, football cleats, any other attachments, it could be made for it.
And what material is it?
Either a foam on the bottom of a standard sole type material, rubber, plastic, anything that would apply grip to the ground.
Can you speak a little to pricing?
Pricing, well, my opinion, it would be better to be in the $25 to $40 range. It would be, the sales would be better if it would be more affordable to everyone else in the market. My intended market is from Pee Wee football all the way up to high school and early college stages for athletes, so a broad market.
And how often must these be replaced?
They should last a couple years. Think of how long last time you wore a pair of sneakers. They last a decent amount of time. Unlike cleats, in the last 4 years, I've gone through at least 15 pairs of cleats just walking back. So.
I see there's actually another problem happening in this one because I always destroyed my cleats, my expensive cleats, while walking on the concrete home. So that would just to give you another idea.
Thank you.
All right. All right, everyone. I know that those are wonderfully comfortable seats that in the back row there, aren't they? I mean, it's working on your posture. I can see it. He came in, he was like this. Now he's sitting like this. Just because, why don't you stand up just for a sec, all of you. Everybody stand up. Hey, by the way, if you haven't checked out the YouTube on power poses, check it out because it really works. It really works. All right? All right, do a little stretch. Come on, we're only 25% of the way there. And all right, awesome. Nothing but awesome, right? I should have had you lead this. All right, go ahead and sit down. Zachary, I protect. Zachary? Oh, okay. Hang on, my timer person. Zach?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the whole time.
Okay, yeah.
Hello, everyone. I'm Zach. I'm a sophomore here at University of Tampa.
I'm Chad. I'm also a sophomore.
So we came up with a product. It's called C.R.E.A.T.E, and it's basically a prescription phone screen protector. We came up with this idea one day last year. We were driving down the highway. I stuck my head out the window. Glasses fell off. Saw the car behind me run them over. It was a very sad day. I couldn't see for a couple of days. Went to the eyeglasses store, prescription place. Talked to my eyeglass doctor. I was like, hey, how do glasses work? I've had glasses for 18 years, never knew how they work. I talked to the lady, and she told me that glasses work simply by bending light, making your eyes being able to see the bent light like a prism. And I told my friend Chad about this, and we sat on this new information for a couple of months. And then one day over the summer,
and we were just hanging out, and we were watching baseball with my dad. We love to do. And I wanted to show him this video on my phone of Mike Trout hitting a home run. So I pull up the video, and he says, hold on a second, son. Hold on a second. Let me grab my glasses. So I was thinking back to what he told me, and if we could just implement bending light onto a phone screen with the glass that's already there, it'd be like a $70, $80 purchase. Maybe we can make a prescription eyeglass for phone screens. So with that, we kind of just have a rough idea right now. We don't have any prices. It's just a really rough idea. And that's kind of where we're at right now. So thank you.
So the idea, if I understand, is to help someone that has poor vision see the screen of a phone better.
Correct, yeah.
Yeah, so it'd be like a prescription phone screen protector. So it'd just be like, you go to the store and you buy like an $80 screen protector, but instead the protector has a bend in it, so your phone is basically your prescription. So you don't have to wear glasses, or if you're have trouble reading, it's like a reading glasses phone type thing.
So it sounds like customization. So what would the ordering process be? Or is it just like the readers, when you just go get a set of readers out of the drugstore?
So we were thinking that we could do like a reader set a prescription for like a basic one, but then maybe after the beginning stages when we got more advanced, we could have like a prescription to everyone's prescription. So like me personally, I'm basically blind on my left eye, so my phone would be able to work for me. But then there's like our target market, middle-aged people all usually use reading glasses, so that would be a bit broader market right there.
I was going to ask, so if you put the screen protector over your phone, how is that going to affect your touchscreen? Will it still be able to work, or is that something you'd have to figure out?
So that's something we have to figure out for a touchscreen, but the model we would use, I don't know if you've ever seen like an OtterBox. The screen is like a touch screen protector over the actual iPhone or Android itself. So on the screen protector, it'd be like a bend that could still be implemented for a touch screen. But we have to figure that out right now.
All right. All right. Good job. Denise, LTV. Brian, Flavor Fountain. My mom, I saw her phone. She got she increased the size of it, and so now she's asking us only to do text messages about 3 because it's like and hello. It's enormous. So, all right. These jokes are not going to get any better, people. All right, Flavor Fountain.
Hey everybody, my name is Brian Janest and my concept is Flavor Fountain. I want to create a vending machine that will shake up an industry that's over 100 years old and hasn't been updated. I want to develop a machine that will completely eliminate the need for wrappers, plastic bottles, and aluminum cans in vending machines across the country and eventually the world. We plan on doing this by serving the snacks and the drinks in a per fluid ounce and a per ounce pay scale where you can decide how much you want and pay accordingly. So if you want 6 ounces of something, you buy 6 ounces. If you want 12 ounces, then you can get the full 12 ounces, whatever you want. The idea behind this is that the green marketing will help us push the idea to a lot of younger people that are on social media and hopefully get a big campaign from there with minimal spending. Doing a lean startup, I think, will be the best way to get this up and running, especially since it's a green product. And additionally, we plan on marketing to people that are younger, that are in cities, people that are always on the go, and as well as athletes. We plan on getting into as many airports, office buildings, gyms, and universities in the first 2 years. Additionally, we want to be able to sell our own bottles in the vending machine as well so that people can buy our reusable stainless steel bottles and just keep using those without having to continue to use plastic bottles every time that they want to drink throughout the week.
So to be clear, someone has to have their own container or something to get whatever you're selling in that machine, correct?
Correct. Or you can purchase one from us and be able to keep reusing that.
Okay. Does that limit the type of things you can sell? For example, does it limit to just drinks because most people probably wouldn't have something to get chocolate or a candy bar? Does it limit what you can sell?
No, because we'll be able to sell more than one type of container. So you can have a drink container that either is mug style or bottle style, so you can still have carbonated drinks if you want to get a mug. And then we also want to sell glass containers that are easy to just throw in the washer and be able to put those snacks right into there.
Does it limit what can go in them? For instance, if you have a biodegradable product in a vending machine and it sits for longer than it should, will the bottom fall out? How do you control that?
Right, so we'll definitely have to be really choosy on which snacks we use, especially at the beginning, because that would be something that we have to look at to make sure that we're not putting in products that will go bad for vending machines. So, peanuts, snacks that are, going to last a long time without preservatives.
Try Wine does a very similar thing with wine, and it's awesome. It's really a cool thing. So, but whatever you do, make sure you have Pringles. Yeah. All right. Angel, Rafael.
Good morning, I'm Rafael Kohlberg, and my business pitch is called Angel. So on December 17th of 1997 was probably the scariest moment of my mother's life, when she went up to her baby's room and found him with blurred vision completely, his eyes were completely back, blue skin, and little to no heartbeat. And after trying to beat the morning traffic of New York, trying to get me in the ER, I was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes. And the doctor said that I should have been dead already. And after 20 years of being diabetic, there has not been one reliable medical supply bag in the market. My idea is simple: create a universal medical supply bag for anybody containing a heart or a health problem. And the way that they do it, they go online and they can customize it, similar to a car, how you can customize the tires or how the interior will look. The same thing applies to the bag, how many pockets you need. So if I need syringes or insulin pumps, I would probably have more pockets than somebody with asthma, for example, that needs space for their inhaler or other medications they take. Healthcare is a necessity for survival. Billions of people get sick every year. And this isn't just a bag. This is not something that you just sling over your shoulder, go to work with. This is something that could potentially save your life and have an angel always looking after you and prevent another December 17th, 1997 from happening. Thank you.
So do you have prototype concepts?
This is just a concept right now. Within the first year, I plan on developing a business plan, creating a team, and also developing the website so that we can figure out, okay, how are we going to customize it, the length, and the style of it, and eventually down the line, making partnerships with companies. So I want to target mostly kids, diabetic kids, since that's my specialty right now and the area that I know most. So for example, Tom's starting first grade, first day. He wants to go in there and show off his new medical bag, maybe have the Avengers or Darth Vader on there. So partnering with companies like Disney and stuff, make it more fashionable and not just have that stigma having a health bag on you. Because I've tried everything from lunch boxes to fanny packs to golf bags, and you know, I can't recall how many times I've been made fun of or people made a rude comment when they didn't even know that it was for me to protect me at all times because of my health issue.
How regularly do people have to buy these health bags?
Well, usually health bags last from 5 to 10 years, and I'm trying to price it as I would like the goal to be anywhere from $20 to $25, and then 5 to 10 years, that'll be a pretty good goal.
Any thoughts on what you would do for temperature differentiation in the bag?
So I know for insulin vials, they can last up to 30 days without being in a fridge in the heat. Otherwise, it's useless after that. So maybe implementing a cooler option to put inside the bag, depending on the health issue, of course. And if you need to cool some of your medical items, then that could be an option.
Is there, I know that type 1 is what you're born with. Type 2 is kind of preventable, and there are certain incentives for companies to help prevent what is preventable. So do you see any type of assistance for type 1 products? Products that serve type 1 diabetics?
Obviously, there's the JDRF, and they always have these different kinds of products to use, but I feel like I always kept on going back to like the lunchbox or the fanny pack because like it was the most convenient. It was able to store everything that I needed on a daily basis, and I just want to make this universal for everybody, not just diabetics, but people with cancer, asthma, thyroid disease, whatever your health desires and needs are. This can be able to address it with the click of a button. Thank you.
Awesome. Awesome. All right. Blue, be like us.
How you doing, everyone? So my name's Amaretto Curry, And I was actually born in Albania, and I moved to the United States when I was real young. I was about 5, 6 years old. And what I noticed is everyone was trying to be like each other. Everyone was trying to fit in, trying to be into that cool group, trying to have friends everywhere they sat. So, I kind of took a different route. I kind of stuck to being me, ended up, making a good connection with a good group of friends. I'm still friends with since elementary school, actually. So now I'm about 23, been friends with them for a long time. So it's one of those things where it's like, I'm trying to promote individuality. And BLUE stands for Be Like Us. And Be Like Us is actually a contradiction, because being like us is actually being yourself. It's actually being you. It's promoting that individuality. And every single person in this world is different. They bring something different to the table. They act different, talk different, dress different. So it's like with this new generation and how they're growing up on social media, they're growing up to be like someone. They're looking at them like, oh man, my life sucks. Their life is better. They're rich. So it's one of those things where it's like, man, be you and be who you are. And I'm trying to really promote that and have the youth of from 16 all the way to 25, because it's a tough age. You're trying to find yourself. You're trying to know who you really are. And social media and your parents and your friends, and they really are sitting there and influencing you. But it's kind of like, get that out of your head, stick to who you are, and you'll have a more enjoyable, a better life out here. And that's BLUE. Be like us. Be yourself. Be different.
Am I understanding that it's a program then?
No, it's not a program. It's a clothing company. I'm sorry. I forgot to say
It's a what? I'm sorry?
It's a clothing company. It's like a lifestyle brand. I'm sorry.
Where would it be? Where are you thinking of reaching your target customers? What your market?
Well, my target market is ages from 16 to about 25. I say 16 because at 15, you're still, a little immature. Once you get to that 16 age, now you're starting to think for yourself a little bit. You're starting to actually start to develop some character traits that maybe you're getting rid of some other ones, and then this is what's going to change you and make you the man who you are going to be from 16 to 25. Once you get 26, 27, now you've kind of already developed. There's not really much change in you. So at that age, I want to promote that you should be yourself and be you, don't follow somebody else. Don't follow that stigma of, I got to be like this or I got to do this. You know what I'm saying? I'm promoting everyone to go out, be their own self. If you want to go out there and start a clothing company, go start a clothing company. If you want to go out there and do another business, do another business. But don't stick to that same line or that same culture that's always been there. Being from Albania, come in here, everyone's expecting me, go to school, do all this. I am going to school, but they're not expecting me to do a fashion brand. They're expecting me to go to school, open my own, maybe like house improvement business. Every immigrant, that's what they do. They come here, they build some houses. They sit there, they do all this hard labor work, but that's not for me. I don't want to do that. So I'm kind of trying to, drift, take my own route.
So help me see the link between the clothing company and how you're helping people, develop themselves personally. Like, what's the link there?
Well, at that point, once BLUE takes off, they would see it as, okay, he was himself. He didn't have to act like somebody else, and he still made it. He still went where he wanted to go. So it's kind of like once I get to that point, and I'm sitting there, I'm speaking to people, I'm going to be able to inspire them to do what they want to do. Because look, I did it. Like take me for example. Like I did it. I wasn't like everyone. I didn't want to sit there and follow that crowd, follow this. I did what I wanted to do, and I did it. It's just mainly giving them that willpower and that power to do it and be like us. BLUE, it's almost like, okay, they're telling me to be like them, but being like us is really just being yourself. So it's kind of just promote through words.
Are you familiar with Malcolm Gladwell and Mavens and Hush Puppies?
I know Hush Puppies the food, but that's why.
There's some shoes. There are these like square-toed, felt-looking shoes that were predominantly for older people. I got a pair in high school. But the thing was, fashion is kind of inherently trendy. Mm-hmm. So when you're trying to help a person be who they are, you're already kind of leading them down a path. So how do they self-identify when the options they're given may not be the options that they envision themselves in?
Well, at that point, BLUE is really simple. It's a simplistic brand. I'm not giving you shirts with crazy designs, crazy colors. It's literally just a logo, BLU, on a plain black, white, gray, those type of color shirts. So at that point, it's up to you, because it's not the shirt, it's not the clothes that really make you. It's the whole outfit. It's how you put the outfit together. It's how you put that shirt with those shoes, with those jeans. You can have a nice shirt and some busted jeans, some busted shoes, and all of a sudden your whole outfit's messed up. So at the end of the day, be like us. I'm giving you the shirt. I'm giving you something to represent yourself with. But at the end of the day, it's how you make that fit is really up to you, and that's where Be Like Us comes into play.
Good job. All right, Professor Hertz, you got your Hush Puppies on? All right, Natalia.
That's fast. Hello, my name is is it on? My name is Natalia. I'm an MBA student here, and as a part of international community, sometimes I felt like a bit lost in a new place. And as a parent, I feel it important for my kids to know their heritage and their mother language at a level of well-educated native speakers. So when I arrived here 2 months ago, I started to volunteer as a community events organizer and a Russian language teacher. And I felt a huge demand for language-oriented activities among Russian community in general. So I created Azbuka. It's a family club. And what it gives an access to meetings, to activities with kids, to some kind of information, Russian language and literature. So as a media manager, I know that I can convert this loyal audience into leads for different kinds of businesses. And also, I have more than 10 years in the media as experience, so I do know how to do that. I already have a brand, a website, email subscribers, successful events on a balance, and also a volunteering teacher, so it's pretty upset already. And what I plan to do is to continue to develop this hub where, thank you. Yeah, if you have any questions, I am going to answer.
So would it be open to non-Russians for language lessons?
Well, my point is to scale this as different communities. So as I'm Russian, I can provide Russian language and Russian literature, but if this project will grow up, I prefer to make different kind of communities to empower them, to find people who can teach their identity and probably make some international festivals or give to non-Russian community what Russian culture can provide. For example, I dream to make a facility, a place where people can gather and have a book to read, have a cup of coffee to drink, and have their kids to access some events, some activities like rhythmic gymnastics, for example, because I have 2 daughters and they are competing in rhythmic gymnastics. And I lived in Alabama for a year before I moved to Tampa. So that was a challenge for me as a mother of rhythmic gymnast who moved from Russia, because I was responsible for that because I moved my family because I had a scholarship in there. So I found a teacher from Russia who taught via web conferences my kids to perform, and we competed in Georgia, in North Carolina. So it's pretty challenging to be part of a culture in a different culture. So I want to empower people from all different cultures to be themselves, to have their heritage, to share this with others.
There's a model out in Monterey, California. I think it's called MEES. It's a language center for people from around the world. So they do cultural activities at the Naval Postgraduate School. So that's something to look into.
Yeah, that's pretty much. So my point is that I want to moderate a bit the stuff that's going on. So it's not like Facebook where it's like a hurricane and all the stuff. So it will be led by people of community who are trustable, who can bring some spokeshead here, and yeah.
Good job. Good job.
Thank you.
That whole year that Natalia spent in Alabama, it's like Patrick's southern accent. You heard it, right? Excellent job. All right, Victoria, Magic Sponge. Victoria. Jared Adelson. Olay.
Thank Good morning, everyone. My name is Jared Adelson. I've been a professional scooter rider for the last 5 years. You're probably wondering, what is a professional scooter rider? It's very similar to BMX, skateboarding, motocross, snowboarding, and these giant action sports industries, multi-million-dollar industries. But scootering has not been capitalized on and is a massively growing industry with millions of riders, and each and every day, new scooter riders are entering the industry. There's a massive gap. Scooter riders are looking for inspiration, and they're simply not finding it. My brand, Olay, is here to provide inspiration to scooter riders around the world, providing the only all-encompassing scootering content platform via our website and social networks. My friends in the industry happen to be the best pros in the world, the best riders in the world with multi-hundreds of thousands of followers. I plan on creating individual influencer videos directly targeted to these individuals. I plan on creating multi-hundred, giving free viral content to the best pros in the world. If just 25% of these guys post my content, I'll be reaching multi-million people on the first day. We're going to be profiting off of advertising revenue on our website, our clothing line, because we're going to be receiving a lot of traffic, so we need to make sure that we have everything prepared, and I already have a fully functional website running. I plan on donating scooters around the world to children with less, giving them a sport that can bring joy to their life. I have no competition, a global following in the industry, and with my expertise in the industry and surrounding everything we do with brilliant communications, I'm confident Olay is soon to be a globally recognized brand. Thank you so much. I hope you can invest in me and my brand Olay.
So it's about the content, basically, at the
Yeah.
beginning, right? So why would someone choose your platform compared to YouTube, Instagram, and so on?
Yeah, so basically, scooter riders entering the industry now, they have to go individually to riders' YouTubes and their Instagrams. But how do they find it? It's really hard. If you're entering the industry, you don't know who the top pros are. Maybe you can find the top 3 based off of word of mouth, or maybe you can find a group of them. But it is hard to find riders from all around the world. It's a global scene, global action sport. There are riders in Europe, Asia, Australia, America. I know where all the content is. I've been watching videos for over 8 years. But this content, it's not all in one place. So they're going to go to my website, my platforms, and find all of the best content in the industry and find all of the best riding in the world.
So once you begin to get some notoriety and take off, what's to stop someone that already has 500,000 followers from taking over and just, you know, blowing out of the water?
No one has done it yet. I have no competition. I believe currently these guys with 500,000 followers are doing it for themselves, for their own promotion, but they're not doing it for the promotion of the industry.
Sure, but the question is, once you start and they realize, whoa, we can do that too. We have a bunch of followers. Let's just do our own. What would stop them from taking over what you're doing?
What I bring of a lot of value is my knowledge of the industry. I'm a graphic designer and videographer, so creating this content, this engaging content for scooter riders, I know exactly what they want to see. It would be possible someone could come in, but they would need to build the brand from scratch, and if we're the first one doing it and we're dominant in everyone's mind, I'm confident we're going to be getting at tens of thousands of followers in the first weeks, and I don't believe anyone will be able to jump in and take us over once we're running. Any other questions? I can backflip, I can front flip, I can do some tail whips while front flipping. I have a video I'd love to show, but I can't at the moment, so it's much more impressive if you get to watch it.
Awesome, thank you.
All right, Colette, you want to go? We're trying to weave students who have to be in and out. But come on down, because I mean you guys are almost down. So, all right.
Hi, I'm Colette, and I always find myself holding my phone in my hand. Yeah, we have handbags, yeah, we have fanny packs, but the constant unzipping and rummaging through your bag and the weight of it makes it a problem. Yeah, it'd be perfect to use my pocket, except that, frustrating enough, girls always have pockets that are big enough to only fit a piece of gum. And if I put it in the back of my pocket, there's a chance of getting pickpocketed. So a solution to this is having a detachable pocket you can slip onto your belt. It'd be made of leather, suede, jean, flannel, you name it, I could probably make it. Now the benefit to this is that I could have it on me at all times, and easily I can pull it out and check my phone whenever I want to without the frustrating, constant need of getting it from my backpack. Now, it's already made. You can probably see a guy in Lowe's that has the clip-on with the plastic, but of course that's not attractive for girls, and we want to be cute when we go out at all times. Now, to market this product, I would have social media icons, wear it on an everyday basis, and build up a brand. Just like Kate Spade, I'd use my own name, Colette Marie, and build up the brand, and hopefully it would spread. In these 8 weeks, I hope to build and design a viable minimal product and sell these, and hopefully by next year, everyone will be hands-free with Colette Marie. Thank you.
Have you had a chance to prototype anything yet, or is this still at a concept stage?
You know what? It is just a concept. I'm always thinking of ideas, and this is one of them that I personally struggle with every single day. And I was like, I really need to make something.
What would it be made of, and would it be expandable for different types of phones, or how does that?
So I have a pretty big phone, an iPhone 7 Plus. I don't think there's anything bigger than this, but if there is, something that'd be big enough to hold it, a pocket, and I would make it obviously physically attractable and almost like an accessory. I don't really know, but I would definitely try to like first do leather and jean, because I know it'd be really sturdy. But of course, once I got into the hang of it, I could branch out to different fabrics such as flannel and suede and other products that could mix and match for different kinds of outfits depending what we're wearing that day.
Cool. Very good. Very good. I know that Dr. Franco's thinking, that's a good idea. Yeah. All right, Madeline? Madeline, subscription box.
Hi, my name is Regina.
And I'm Madeline.
And we're here to tell you about our business idea, Social, the millennial subscription box.
So Social is a subscription box catered to millennial women ages 21 through 36. Research shows that millennials are most likely to buy a subscription box over any other generation because this generation values customization and uniqueness. So this is where our Social subscription box comes in.
So Social is going to be a monthly subscription box that will be delivered to people's doors. This box will include trendy items that you're seeing on social media. These items are going to be being worn by celebrities and public figures. Some items that will be in our box are going to be apparel, jewelry, accessories, and so on that you're seeing trending that month, so it'll be updated. Our box will also include like gourmet food and dessert that you'll be seeing on Facebook, such as BuzzFeed and Tasty Videos. Our box will also include a What's Trending packet, and it will say what to look out for this month, including new music, artists, and stuff to be on the lookout for that month to stay on track.
So as millennial women ourselves, we understand our target market really well. So by working with like-minded individuals as well as producers and suppliers to get the best and cheapest products possible to give out to our customers, we will be able to keep the everyday woman up to trends that we see on social media. Hashtag get social.
How is your subscription box different or unique from some of the others that are out there already, like Stitch Fix, for instance?
Yeah, so there are a lot of competitors, but we know that because there is such a big market for it right now, it's really a popular thing. So we've tried to diversify what we're selling by making it relating to social media. So social media is huge. Millennials spend, I think it's 54 minutes a day on Instagram, things like that. So we have an ability to really have a broad audience because we know that so many people use social media. So by incorporating different aspects of social media, such as what's trending and things that celebrities are wearing on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, things like that, we'll be able to differentiate ourselves from other boxes that are just throwing in things that aren't really seen commonly all over social media.
Competitively, how is it priced?
So we don't have pricing figured out, but it's going to be based on what we can get the products for. So if we can get really good deals on the products, then the box price is going to be lower. So if we're able to include high-end products, which is what we're aiming for, then the box will be slightly more expensive than a box that only has sample products that other subscription boxes provide.
Let's say, okay, one of the last trendy products was a fidget spinner, right? Would you try to source that product on your own from a manufacturer overseas, for example? Or would you try to buy the branded product that is on the market already and include it in your box?
It definitely depends on the product, because a lot of products that we see that people have on Instagram, celebrities, it depends where those are made, so we want to get the name brand product.
So you would put basically a little your margin on top of whatever that product you're getting it. So let's say you would buy it about that product would cost $15. You would buy it from the branded model, and you would put your own margin on top of it.
Well, ideally, that we would be buying so many products at the same time that we would be able to have a deal with the supplier that we're getting it for like a little less than the retail price. So then it would be more interesting for the consumer to get a variety of items for cheaper than they could buy on their own.
Good job. Let me point out, Carlton asked a really good question about finance and pricing and those things. Joel also asked that question earlier. You can always go over to the finance department in the College of Business and speak to Dr. Spiro Margettis. If you want to really dive down into cost and models and things like this that'll get you to pricing, use the resources that are available to you, and pricing is a big one that you can actually be a part of. All right, so Diego, the market. Diego? Nope. Buddy Blends. Kieran. Is Kieran here? Oh, there he is.
I'm Kieran Leonard. I'm from Maryland, and I'm calling this company Buddy Blends. Essentially, the idea is to take leftover food from supermarkets and restaurants and turn it into high-end, all-natural dog food. I came up with this idea while working as a busboy in a restaurant and observing all the food that's just being thrown away and going to landfills. And did more research, and according to feedingamerica.org, Americans waste $218 billion worth of food each year. 40% comes from businesses like restaurants and supermarkets, and another 40% comes from households. So I also found out that veterinarians recommend making your own dog food if you have the time and money, because it is better for your dogs than eating the processed foods that come from the pet store, and making your own dog food can lead to longer lifespans, reduced risk of cancer, and better overall health. This solves two issues, making a dent in the food waste in our country and putting a truly natural dog food in the market. The market would be all dog owners, but specifically dog owners who buy all natural dog foods and care about the environment, obviously younger generation. The sustainability factor and the inexpensive ingredients are huge selling points for this idea. I see no reason why this isn't scalable. I'm not sure if anyone here is familiar with Harvest Fair.
How many dogs are there in the U.S.?
That's a really good stat that I should have looked up. It's a lot. I mean, the dog food industry is massive. Everybody
Of course.
can agree on that.
It's over 70 million.
So are you aware of the allergy epidemic that's afoot for dog owners?
Like everything that dogs are allergic to and shouldn't eat?
Yeah, the major brands that are contributing to the allergies.
We actually, good job, Karen. We actually have a company in our Spartan incubator that is doing all natural dog food, and they are killing it. I mean, because of allergies and health, and they have perfected this ingredient rich, and it's really cool. It's really cool. They actually live on Tierra Verde.
It's the first time our dog drooled. I took it home, so our dog sat and drooled, waiting for me to put it in the bowl.
Is that right?
He's never done that for kibble.
Really? All right, memory ball.
Never talked on a microphone before. All right, is it? Oh yeah, it's on. Okay. I'm Century Johnson, and my product is called My Memory Ball. And so what it is, it's a transparent covering that can go either over used sports balls or be designed into new sports balls. And so to give you an idea of what it would look like, picture a soccer ball that has hexagons all over it. So on every hexagon, you have a little slit where you can put in pictures of you playing the sport when you were younger, you and your teammates, or just really any picture that you want. And so it's called a memory ball because it could be a football, basketball, soccer ball, and it's just designed to have pictures slid in all over it. And so you can play with it because it has a protective covering over it, but it's also more of like a memento or a keepsake. And so I came up with the idea because I was always going to soccer tournaments whenever I was younger growing up, and there's thousands and thousands of players there, not just soccer, basketball, baseball, whatever it is. And there's booths set up, and anything that you can put a soccer ball on, kids go crazy for, whether it's sandals or a headband, straps that you put on your jersey. And so I just always thought whenever I was younger, I would glue pictures of me and my teammates to my soccer balls, and I would put them on my shelves. And then my dad one day was like, this could be a real business concept. Like if you set up a booth, imagine how many kids would come over and buy it, or grandparents would buy it for their kids. And so that's my concept, is My Memory Ball.
Well, whenever I hear putting something on a soccer ball or some sort of a ball, it always hugely affects how the ball flies and how the feel is when you touch it. But with younger kids, I'm actually not that concerned about. So I would probably think that, someone that is 13 or older would all of a sudden think about how the ball flies and things.
Mm-hmm.
But before that, I think it's actually pretty cool to individualize it.
Yeah, thank you. Well, and realistically, it's not really designed to like play with. Like you would never play with a memory ball in a soccer game. But like I said, it's more of like a memento or a keepsake, or just something to like kick around in the yard with your family.
Nice. All right. Ava?
All right, good morning, everyone. My name is Ava Sowell, and I am obsessed with traveling, as many other people are. My favorite trips that I've been on have been where I know a local in the area to show me around, and that's because they can show me hidden gems of their city. They are the expert of their city, and they can show me places that are not heavily advertised online, not tourist traps and things like that. So planning a trip and booking a trip requires a lot of effort, a lot of time, a lot of money, and oftentimes, even after you book the trip, you've missed some of the best destinations, like for where you're going. Like it's impossible to find all of them. So after every trip, I've been to about 12 countries now, I journaled down just hidden places that I've been to, and my favorite was probably in Austria. There was a crystal blue lake with a water slide in the middle of it and a beach around it, and I was like, why did I not see this online when I was planning my trip? Like, how come a local has to show me this? So I immediately thought, why not make my journal a public website called Like a Local to allow travelers to know the area like a local. They can simply enter their destination and discover amazing places that they never even knew existed, and guests can also be enticed to submit their favorite hidden gems as well. Advertisement revenue will be the main source of income, so this can be a free entity to use for all passionate travelers. And I look forward to expanding my idea so people can say goodbye to expensive traveling agencies and spending hours online planning their trip. So say hello to Like a Local. Thank you.
What's your idea for reaching locals around the world to participate in providing that information
Well,
for
I wanted
visitors?
I want to start pretty small because I have a lot of ideas myself and family friends. I have family in Greece. I have family all over Europe. But I think social media plays a big part in it, and people want to put out content. Like, if you get content from people, like, it's unlimited what you can. So I think advertising, marketing, really getting the website out there, people will want to share their ideas. People want to show off, hey, this is what my city has to offer. So it'll be, to compile it into one website, I think will be a lot easier for travelers instead of typing cool places in Germany and then scrolling through 100 different links trying to look for something that you want. So, thank you.
All right. Ava came and saw me, and I said, "Well, gosh, isn't it going to be kind of weird that that you go over there and you're meeting somebody that you don't know and everything?" And she said, "Like Uber?" Yeah. Thanks, Ava. Yes. All right, Brandon. We're gonna skip just a second because we got these folks need to go to class. So XYZ.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Matthew Pamphilis.
I'm Brandon Alpert.
And I'm Faris Al-Hamar. Our application is Party Plus. Party Plus will be an application that links venues directly to users. It would make the transactions easier because it would all be done through the application and the information would be more accessible.
So Party Plus will allow our users to accurately acquire market data each night, and it's beneficial to the venues just because it can point out the strengths and weaknesses in their business, thus allowing them to improve. So if we look at a venue such as HPC, for example, the amount of foot traffic on a Tuesday versus a Friday will differ greatly. So let's say they service 200 people on a Tuesday and 500 people on a Friday. And if they have the same amount of employees working both nights, they could be losing money. So this function within our app will allow them to quantify foot traffic as well as see what brings in the most amount of customers, thus increasing their profit margins.
So our app would completely eliminate the need for cash transactions like when arriving at the venue and the use of promotion companies. The promotion companies would become obsolete because our app would better promote the venues on that given night at the best price points possible for the consumer. Additionally, we would be able, or the consumer would be able to pay for their cover, cut the line for an additional price, and purchase tables all within the app. And this is attractive to the venue. Okay.
Nice job.
Any questions?
So I guess the benefit is to the venue because they save on their promo budget and kind of reallocate a percentage of that for your app.
Yes,
Is that
so
correct?
we would only take like a small percentage of what the venue makes on any given night.
It also keeps the process more organized.
And most promoters are paid $1 to $3 for every person they put onto a guest list, and we would only be taking $1, so therefore the venue would save money on it.
So there is another company that exists in Europe. It's called C.R.E.A.T.E, but there's nothing like this in America. So it's almost a completely untapped market, but there is a little bit of traction that we already have to build off of.
All right, good job.
Thank you.
All right. All right, Andrew. Dollar Detail Club.
All right, everybody. So I'm Andrew, and I'm actually a transfer student. So this is my first semester here at the University of Tampa. And back in May, me and my buddy had this idea, because we both worked 7 to 3 jobs, that if we got out, we can make some money hustling and detailing cars and boats. So we were doing that. We were making really good money with it, doing like a bunch of like Porsches and Maseratis and cars like that. And I was on social media looking at like these social media companies that package their products so like differently than other companies that it entices people to buy. And I was thinking, why can't I do this myself? And I looked in the mirror one day and said, like, my biggest thing is fear, you know, just get over it. So I got over it, and I have this idea of having a dollar detail club, like people have Dollar Shave Club, where you get products specifically for your car, and it comes once a month or once every 2 months, depending on the options that you get. And it allows you to specify for your car. So let's say some guy says, oh, I have a black Porsche 911 Turbo. You get a certain like soap and everything for that car. It amazes me, like the people that don't know anything about like the car like products, and everyone has a car. There's 300 million cars in America, and there's just over 300 million people. So that's a person, a car, and I think I have an idea that I could run with, and I think it's a multi-million-dollar business. But yeah, I'm ready about it, and I'm excited for it.
I like the idea that a lot of people that have high quality stuff want to take care of it on their own, or folks that they trust. So I think this is something that could actually work. I guess my question would be for you around the pricing concept, right? So when you say dollar detail club, if I have a Porsche, I'm not paying you $1 a month for anything high quality. I want, you see what I'm saying? So like, how does the name relate to your actual pricing, and is that the best branding for what you're doing?
Well, that's actually a very good question, because I've been spending time thinking about names myself. This was just the concept. What we started was just like a mobile detailing business, and it kind of built off of that. And I was like, why can't I have my own products? Why can't I package it up nicely in like a matte box or like something like that looks really fancy that people want to buy? And you're right, 100% people want to take care of their own cars, and people don't realize like when you go through a car wash, it could damage your cars, put swirls in the paint, imperfections. And like when I talk to people about cars or sports or something I'm passionate about, and like I almost feel bad when like they don't have the knowledge that I have. Like I care about sharing that knowledge, and like I want to have specific products or boxes, whatever. And we could rename the product. Like I'm not that worried about that yet, but like I want to have a product where people feel like they're getting the most value out of anything else, and no one else has this in the country. Like I looked it up. People have like different like offers, like certain products you could get, but no like subscriptions for this product specifically.
What's the value for the consumer to go through you as a middleman rather than to go directly to those products, which can be accessed online probably?
Well, the value is that most people, even with nice cars, don't even know like the products they need. Like there's like a huge difference between washing a black like sports coupe versus like a white Cadillac Escalade. Like it's so different, but like people don't know that. And like it just like I want to like get to people, and I want to say, hey, like these are the products you need for your car. This box will be specific for your car. So that's the message.
So you may have two groups. You may have the niche, do-it-yourself cleaner, detailer, and then you have the folks that detail cars. Mm-hmm. So it's looking at who wants to take care of their car by outsourcing it compared to the people who want to actually wash their car. I mean, is that number smaller? When you look at a Rolls Royce, I seldom see people wash their own Rolls. I mean, they're professional detailers, have their special little stuff they spray on and let it sit and hose it off. And so do you have two markets that you're pursuing, or just one?
I get what you're saying, and I'm a little kind of like on the fences with it right now. I believe this either way. This is a good idea. Like I'm 100% assured. Like in my head, like I don't know, it's just my mental. But I believe that we can have different markets. But I want to focus on one, because I feel like, just like from my personal experience, when I focus on one thing, like and just work with it, like I'm better on that one thing than like trying to focus on two things at once. If that makes sense. So like one market of people that maybe want to detail their own cars. And I know plenty of those people, but they don't know the products. They really don't. So that's what we'd like to get to.
All right. Professor Hertz washes his own rolls, just so you know.
I need to help him with his shoulders.
Yeah, I know. All right. Nikita. Patrick, pay attention to this one, because this is a product for you.
Hi everyone. So my name is Nikita Parl, and unfortunately my partner couldn't be here today, so I'm going to be presenting the pitch myself. And so our idea is a customizable makeup bag. For all my makeup consumers in the room, you guys know the struggle of having a makeup bag and not knowing what is what when you reach in to pull something out. So our idea is we're gonna have a removable lining in the bag, and in each and on the sides are gonna be pockets built for the measured to be the shape of your product. So when you have all your products, you're gonna know exactly what's where. So when you go in your makeup bag and it's in the morning and you need to be out of your house within 10 minutes, you take your bag, instead of pouring everything out onto your table, you can know where my foundation is, where your eyeliner is, and everything, so you can be in and out as fast as possible. And so for the lining on the inside, it's gonna be removable and machine washable. So as my makeup consumers in the room will know, when you have some makeup that spills in your bag, your whole thing, it becomes messy, it becomes stained, and no one wants a stained, dirty makeup bag. It's embarrassing when you pull it out, and it's embarrassing to carry around. So that way, when it's machine washable, it's easy to clean and everything. And that's my idea.
Does customizable imply then that people can select the type of pockets they want to put in their bag?
Yes. So our idea is, as of right now, we're gonna try to do a standard size where we're gonna take the approximate measurements of the most general foundations and the most general mascaras and everything that related to the products. And then when we have more customers and everything, we want to have the option of the customer going online, typing their exact measurement for their product, and we will make a laser cut compartment to fit their product.
Quick question.
Yes.
How would this impact people that are changing products? So let's say 6 months after trying something, you know what, I'm done with this product, and I switch, but now I have this bag that's fit to something else. So how does that customer feel about making these changes as they change their products?
So yes, that is a concern, but for the standard size makeup bag, it should fit most of the common products. And if they do want to change up their makeup bag, they will have to, I guess, get a new version of the lining, but we also have the standard version of the bag that will fit most of it. And as for makeup artists and broad professional MUAs, they will have a set number of products from a specific brand, and so we will have compartments that fit them as well.
Good job. Good job. All right, Callie.
Hi, I'm Callie. I'm a freshman. Similarly to Ryan, I thought of this very last minute, just found out about this last night, so I apologize if this isn't the most well put together. But so when I found out about this, I immediately thought of stuff I would use in my life, which I'm from Chicago, so I spent a lot of time at train stations. And when I thought about this, and I've always thought, oh, I wish there was a place to sleep. Now, this isn't a new concept. In Japan, they have these things called sleeper pods, where people insert whatever money for however long time, and then you lock yourself in, go to sleep, and then when your train comes, or if you miss your flight, you can go sleep in them, and if you can't get into a hotel or something like that. So I think they would pay for themselves multiple times over, and I think it's not that crazy of a concept because people do get locked, their flights get canceled, can't get to hotels, miss their train, and in more popular cities, I think people would definitely use these. So yeah, that's what I have right now. Sorry.
I recently had this problem. I flew back from Scotland. I missed my connecting flights from Cancun to Tampa, and I ended up having to stay overnight in Cancun, and I slept in the airport because sleeping in a nearby hotel would have cost me $200 plus. So if it is the case that you can install these pods, how much would you imagine that you would charge someone to use it?
Well, I guess it would depend on how populated the area is. So if it's an airport and you have a lot of people, I guess it'd be maybe $10 an hour to sleep in it. I don't know. I just thought of this super last minute, so I'm sorry.
Cool.
Okay.
Good job.
All right. All right. Denise, do you want to go? Both Chuck and I have had experience in you probably have as well, in Asia, and sleeping in these things. They're about, what are they, 25 bucks? 25 bucks an hour. One person only, people.
Unless you're really tight.
Hi, my name's Denise, and I'm from Illinois. So I thought of an idea that I called LTV. That's called Live Tracking Vest. So I was scrolling through Facebook one day, actually not too long ago. This is also like a last-minute idea. And it said a father and a son was out kayaking, sorry, and they got injured, and they were, the dad got unconscious, the son was trying to do CPR, and after it took them a while, and then the mother got concerned. The only reason they got found by the Coast Guard was because of the mother calling them. So my idea is making a vest with a tracker on the corner, so whenever you feel or you're gonna be in danger, you just click it. It'll send an SOS to the Coast Guard, and once the Coast Guard gets that, they'll go out, look for you, but as they're looking for you, it'll beep in the boat. So as it beeps faster, that means they're getting closer to you. So and now imagine for if the son and the father were wearing that, they would have been found faster than the mom calling the Coast Guard and trying to look for them. And when I saw in the video, there was a video that was showing them, I saw that the Coast Guard was actually using binoculars, and the only reason he found them is because they were on rocks, and he saw like a black image, so he was lucky to find them. So again, if he were to have that vest on, it would have been easier to track it because it would have been beeping faster.
What's your thought on parameters? How far can people still be reached? What about when you're outside and there really isn't any reception, even on a cell phone?
Yeah, so that's what I was thinking too when I was driving over here. It would be more for like fishermen, kayakers, canoers, just people that are, in the area within, because I know it is hard, especially with cell phones, that we barely get any signal. So it wouldn't be anyone for like big sailors, doing shipment or anything. It was just more local.
And would this be like rentals?
We could do both, actually. And I was thinking, I looked up on Google how much, advanced vests were, life vest jackets were, and they're pretty expensive. But I wanted to make it, a reasonable price just so everyone can get it, so they can be safe. And, we can also rent at a reasonable price.
All right. All right. I'm actually working with a company in St. Pete that is working on a device similar to that, and Denise is in one of my classes, and I think that would be a perfect opportunity for her to work with that group. It'd be kind of fun too, because they're in St. Pete. All right. We have Thomas Zielinski.
All right, good morning, everyone. My name is Tommy Zielinski. Hope you all had a great holiday weekend this past weekend. I spent mine applying to a bunch of jobs because apparently that's what you do when you graduate college. So I'm getting ready to graduate college in December, and I've been doing nothing but resume editing, tailoring my resumes and cover letters up to the job descriptions that I've been seeing on the websites that I've been applying for. So this is a very stressful and tedious process, and so that's when it hit me, when I spent all weekend, all 4 days that I had free. I just thought, as the Career Services Center was closed and I had no other resources really available, especially later at night, so wouldn't it be great if there was a way for me to just upload my resume to this website and have it be reviewed in minutes? Now, there's currently some websites that do that, but they have a turnaround time of 2 business days, so that's when I got a little bit more creative. So my idea is there's a free version and a paid version of Resume Review, which is a website and app. And the free version, what you can do, you upload your resume to it, you paste the link to the job description also in there. The system software is going to then cross-check the resume that you have with the job description, and it's going to match keywords and also give you tips based off of that. So then what you do for the paid version, you can have it be set up so that you can video chat with a resume expert using the integrated video chat software and get your questions answered using that. You can also post your resume to a community, which would also critique your resume. And all this would take under 10 minutes to do. So if anybody has any questions and would like me to elaborate further, I'd be happy to answer them now.
So it doesn't start from scratch. It takes what's there and cross-checks it against the job description chosen by the applicant.
Correct. So again, what you do, you upload your resume to the website, and then the next step would be you copy and paste the link to the job description, say on Indeed or LinkedIn or Monster or the company's career website. And then what it does is the system software would scan your resume for keywords that are also in the job description, and it would go from there.
So would the edit then be on me, since it's the free version, where I could kind of tailor my resume to better meet the job description?
Yeah, so then it would come to you, you go back and edit the resume. It would also provide some recommendations as well, some personalized recommendations based off of what it sees in the job description that it doesn't see on your resume. Okay. Thank you.
So does it, very quickly, sorry.
Sure.
So does that mean that it limits you to apply to one job at a time then?
Well, typically when you're going through the job application process, you want to tailor each resume to the job description and as well as your cover letters. So what you can do, typically you're applying for one job at a time anyway. So what that just does is the second kind of form of proofing for while you're editing your resume, is just making sure it's going to check your grammar, it's going to check the keywords, kind of the same software that a lot of the major companies like Disney uses in their software when they scan your resume initially. So it'd be similar to that.
All right. Tommy, connect with these two afterwards. They'll put you in touch with a guy that's actually creating a website called Rocket Jobs. Yeah. Right. All right, Gabriella. Powder RX.
Hi, I'm Gabriella, and my concept is Powder RX. Since high school, I've struggled with the expensive issue of dropping and breaking my makeup powder, wasting hundreds of dollars every year in products. I've created the easiest and newest way to recycle makeup products that are damaged, saving users up to $500 a year in broken product. My kit consists of an easy-to-use tool and a misting spray. You can save your makeup in 3 simple steps. First, take the one end of the tool to break apart the broken up powder. Second, use the other side of that same tool to press that powder that you've broken up. Third, use the misting spray that you've already compacted the powder with and spray it over your powder. Let that sit for 24 hours. It's really that easy. There are currently 2 products on the market to repair broken makeup right now. But the difference between my products and theirs is I've simplified an overcomplicated process and tools that are utilized today. My target market would be women ages 18 to 40 who use mid to high price makeup products on a daily basis. The cosmetic industry is a $265 billion industry. There's huge opportunity for growth here. I plan to promote my products on an e-commerce website and Amazon using marketing strategies that I have professional experience with. Thank you for taking the time to listen. Today, I need your help with implementing this innovative design. I know that with Powder RX, dropping your makeup no longer has to be something that ruins your day. Thank you.
So the makeup that falls on the floor.
Yes.
That's done, right?
Yeah, so you can't, I mean, technically you could get on the ground and pick it up and do the whole 9, but normally what happens is you have about half of the products left and it's broken up and you can't use it because it's all broken up in the actual compact. So this is just for powder-based makeups. So that would be powder, bronzer, blush, highlighter, eyeshadows, etc. I can see guys' eyes glazing over right now, but it's a real issue that many women have because it's expensive product.
I totally get it. I have 4 sisters. I'm wondering, it seems to me this is something that that should probably be sold along with people who are buying it before there's a problem, right? So it's kind of like one of those preventative, hey, you bought this awesome makeup, now worst case scenario, if something happens, be prepared. So I wonder if that marketing strategy is probably a better one to scale it up versus selling it individually after someone already has it broken, and at that point you can't use the product anyway.
Yeah, so I actually didn't think of that, but that's a great idea. I think there's a lot of opportunity for growth in this space because this is specifically for powder-based makeups, but I can see a lot of opportunity for scale because there's several different types of makeup products that break, but this is just one that I focused in on for the time being, but that's a great point.
What is this product exactly? What does it look like? What are we talking about?
Okay, so one is a metal piece, so it's like about this big, and on one side it looks like a spatula basically to break up the powder that's been left over. The other side is a small square so that you can actually pound down the compact that's been broken up, and then the mist is about this big because I don't want to make it too big so that I can resell the mist so that it's not just a one-time purchase. But that would change if it was sold preventively.
On that note, so I'm thinking, okay, so someone just powder makeup just broke, and I go through your process. What happens then? Like, where do I put what I just scraped up or whatever?
So it'll be in the actual compact. So when you break it, there's some left in the compact. So first you break up the remaining pieces, then you compact it down. You spray the spritz, or you spray the spray onto the compact makeup. You let it sit for 24 hours. I think I forgot to say that part, but you let it sit for 24 hours. Sorry about that. You spray and you let it sit for 24 hours, and then after 24 hours, your makeup is set. One thing. So currently on the market, the two products, there's a mousse and then there's a mist product as well. But there's a DIY way to do it where you put alcohol into your powder products and then you let them sit for 24 hours. The issue with that is it's not good to use alcohol on your face because it's very harsh and it also changes the coloration of the makeup, if that makes sense.
Complete sense. So I guess I was thinking more so when you said like makeup breaking, I was thinking about the actual case holding the makeup breaking. You're saying just the makeup itself.
Exactly. Well,
Got it.
normally the makeup, some of the makeup is left over in the case. It's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
just like this
Yeah.
catastrophe on the floor.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
How do the different misters account for different composition for different makeup based on the company?
Yeah, so there's two different types of powder. There's a Monera powder and then there's another powder. So for example, Bare Minerals, if you're familiar with that. So that type of powder is easily used. So the ingredients in the mist would be vitamin E. It's a natural grain alcohol, which is a lot safer for your face, and then two other oils just for basically for scent purposes. But that works for the Monera-based powders only. So that's what I was saying earlier on. There's a lot of opportunity to create products outside of just powder base, if that makes sense.
Awesome. Awesome. All right. So just so you know what you're getting into, we have Megan, who actually did a fantastic job with C.R.E.A.T.E. She was one of the winners in the C.R.E.A.T.E program. So Megan, maybe you can talk just really quickly about your experience.
Hey. Hi, everyone. Like he said, my name is Morgan Bars, and I won the C.R.E.A.T.E competition 2 years ago, pitching my company Rise, which is a removable heel for women, and such an incredible growth process for me. And I know a lot of you are here pitching today, even if you don't make it completely through the program, just to be up here in the center. And I will say, a lot of you said when you came up here that you just came up with the idea the night before, and that was exactly me. I decided to sign up the night before and just come up here as a freshman at the University of Tampa, and just taking that first step yourself is so important because like you're opening yourself up to those opportunities and putting yourself out there. So whether you make it into the program and make it all the way through, you may go on to win C.R.E.A.T.E, but it opens you up to like all the resources that the center has to offer. And it was hands down one of the best things I could have done to start the year off. So kudos to you guys and good luck today if you haven't pitched already.
Morgan, you know, the best part, she shows up. I mean, she was always here. She was always engaged. And I mean, truly, she was pursuing, grabbing all the resources, and her product, you know, it actually went through 42, you know, versions. Now it's really kind of cool. All right. So Oasis Business Academy.
Good morning. My name is Heli, and I'm here today with my business partner, Ayusha. I have seen that most problems organizations face today have to do with their people. You, as a leader, spend most of your time dealing with problems caused by the people. Just think about it. If your employees performed 100%, your life or your job would be a lot easier. If we can train or educate the most important organizational asset, the people, we can create company growth and profit. 5 years ago, I graduated from Copenhagen Business School with a master's degree in social science. Immediately after graduation, my previous boss asked me to start a business academy with him. I jumped in with both legs with no idea what I was going to put myself through. We started 2 employees. 4 years later, we were more than 250 employees and collaborators. We opened 5 successful businesses in Denmark, and we implemented the concept to Norway, Sweden, and the UK. Our vision is to contribute to the growth and development of individuals, teams, and cooperation through high-quality conferences, courses, and educations. Our dream is to implement the concept to the US, and hopefully we will get there. Thank you so much for listening.
Can you share some insight into the type of programs that you guys put together for businesses?
Yes, so mainly it's conferences, it can be smaller courses or educations. We could also make a special program for the company or the organization, individuals' needs, based on a conversation we will have, like a consultants.
What's the general price range of your services?
The smaller course will range from $1,000 to $10,000, and the bigger education could range from, we haven't put the price yet, but could range from $15,000 and up. So it's like high exclusive programs.
What's your best-selling program or service?
The management education, the leadership education. We have to decide what we want to call it here, but in Europe we call it leadership because management, typically you think about a boss, but we want to incorporate the softer skills to the programs as well.
Do you have a niche? Are you looking at engineers or educating architects or any particular contractors of some kind?
We target all employees at all organizational level, because you can have a bad boss, maybe he's bad because of his bad management or leadership skills, or you can quit your job because you're an employer that cannot handle the stress. You can be stressed out, you can get anxiety, so we need to train all levels of the organization in order for them to collaborate and become better.
So with it starting in an international scenario, have you looked at the culture here in America? I do some labor management and employee relations, and I find out when Europeans come here, they're here to work, and the folks here kind of here not. So there's some friction from the beginning, because what's done inherently in Europe is not done here when it's directed. So do you see a problem with the culture, the work culture here versus work culture in Europe or internationally?
Not necessarily. I used in San Francisco 12 years ago, so I'm very aware of the American culture, but I actually do believe as a European that the Americans, they work harder than us. They work more hours, they have more jobs, so I'm not worried at all.
All right, excellent job. Elena?
Hello, my name is Elena Grosskreitz, and this is cement. So social media has taken over the world, and social media is a very great platform for promoting your business or your brand. So say I'm a local business and I have a huge platform on Facebook and Instagram. Great, people are seeing my content, they're coming into my store. That's what I want. But if I'm posting on Twitter and Snapchat and people aren't seeing my content, what can I do? I want to create a mobile app called C.R.E.A.T.E. This way, brands can create an account and link all of their social media to one page. Here, the audience will be able to see 2 of your most recent YouTube videos, 2 of your most recent Instagram posts, tweets, etc. They can get an idea of who your brand is more holistically, and your content is being seen easily and evenly. That's what we're going for. So join C.R.E.A.T.E to solidify your foundation and build your brand. Thank you.
So to make sure I get it, what you're saying is this is an app not just for brands, but for consumers to use to then consume what brands are posting on social media.
Exactly. You want to be able to follow a brand or even a person, I mean a celebrity maybe, and they can see everything that is being posted. It's easy to keep up with.
How's that different from me just going to your Facebook page?
Okay, so say I am giving out a business card, right? You get a business card and there's an email on it. There's, a link to Instagram, a link to Twitter. Instead, you can just put one link to a page that has everything on it. So it condenses everything, if that makes sense.
Almost like Pinterest?
Pinterest, yeah, I mean, Pinterest is more like a page, and you have like a bunch of things like posts, I guess, right? So it is sort of a blog style, but every platform would be in a certain section, if that makes sense.
So it keeps the most recent
recent posts.
Up top.
So it wouldn't be a tab that has your whole entire Instagram on it. It would just be the most recent thing so people can keep up with notifications.
All right. One thing of note that all you people that are pitching products, in January, we have partnered with HSN to provide our curriculum for their products. So the HSN team comes here, and they'll have about 100 folks that are all pitching products, and then you actually have an opportunity to get your products on HSN. So, and the curriculum, by the way, is ridiculously awesome. I mean, from legal to marketing to social media strategies, all taught by people and professionals that are getting HSN products out the door. So it's one of the things that we do for real life here. It's kind of cool. So, all right, couple more. Self-love boot camp. Is Mark here? How about Matthew Gonzalez for Global Sports Recruit? All right, Matthew.
Hello, my name is Matthew Gonzalez, and my company's name is Global Sports Recruit. Global Sports Recruit is a global recruitment for sports. Captain U and Recruit are U.S. branded companies that only recruit players for universities just in the U.S. What I'm trying to do is innovate it to all the other countries, because most of the great players in sports come from the lower tier society. And what I'm trying to do is being able to advertise themselves, have an opportunity for other universities, other pro clubs, other pro academies from around the world to just see them and get to know their name. And Global Sports Recruit is pretty much a company that I sort of like made an idea of in order to just have a better opportunity for athletes to get recruited early on. So it can be from ages from 9 to 18, because a lot of the players are coming from the youth academy or they're coming from youth to adults. So pretty much my idea is that, one, this is just an idea right now. What I'm trying to do is an app development that's for free and a website development. That's stage 2. My investors, what I want to do are professional athletes, because professional athletes have a great perspective of the recruitment process here. And after that, I also want to have my final goal, which is 1 million subscribers. So, yeah.
Can you walk us through, okay, so I'm an athlete, I'm young, whatever. Walk me through the process of how do I get myself discovered on your platform?
So pretty much the app could be it could be categorized to whatever you want. So if you're playing football, soccer, whatever, it's pretty much all the sports that you can do. And pretty much you select a sport, and what you do is that you create a player profile of all the information that you have, and the only difference is that instead of paying microtransactions for applying videos like what Captain U and other recruiting websites, it's all guaranteed for free. So pretty much you just the only thing you have to do is have your parents or yourself videotape yourself with games or practices, or even show highlights of yourself playing any game. So that's pretty much how you advertise. And what I also want is that I want partners with Skype in order to sort of have like meetings online with one-on-one with like the recruiters, essentially.
Do you think it's harder for the teams to find players, or it's harder for the players to find the right team?
It's a bit of both. I'm a soccer player, and what I realized in the U.S. is that for soccer, it's all about business. And necessarily, they just pretty much want parents to pay for their kids like $2,000 a season, without including, et cetera, with tournaments. So it's kind of hard for me to get like recruited for talent, because in other places like Europe, it's mostly they look for talent and how you play smart with the game. And essentially, there's a lot of players in the world where they're really good at young, but then they just realize the reality of the fact that clubs can't see them or they cannot find them. And clubs want to find the best players in order to develop them and to later on sell them, essentially.
I think you should focus yourself on one particular market for the beginning, because there are so many other forces that are coming in.
Mhm.
For example, if you just look at the NCAA, I couldn't even get eligible for a Division I team.
Yeah.
Because I got paid at there. So I think it would be very helpful for you to focus on one particular market and grow from there.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Benedict. Enterprises Incorporated, Milner.
Okay, this is a very heartfelt, joyous moment for me. I want to thank you so much. I have a question. What is the one thing that we as a humanity should have? Happiness. And my company, I'm sorry, I'm losing my train of thought. How about that? Let me just cut to the chase. I created a skin cream called Regreency. I had terrible skin problems, and it worked so well for me that I said, you gotta market this, you gotta put it on the market. And I did that. I did that with a wonderful company called Pure Source in Miami. They manufacture it, and my company distributes it. By the way, my name is Mill. I'm the president and managing director of Benedict Enterprises here in Tampa. And it's been such a remarkable experience in this journey of healing myself. And so what Regreency, and that's the name of my skin cream, Regreency. Regreency stands for renal cream, green tea extract, vitamin C, and vitamin E. And basically happiness is achieved through the skincare happiness that Regreency provides. And when people use Regreency, they feel confident, they want to go out there, land that job, get that promotion, and when that happens, we help not just ourselves, but our family, our friends, and our community. And so it's really with a privilege and a deep honor that I've been able to create this cream and offer to the community on my website, which is benedictenterprisesinc.com. Tremendous, tremendous opportunity. I'm very thankful to be here. And you can tell I'm a little nervous, I think, from my voice. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
So what type of cream is this designed, what type of issue is this cream designed to solve?
Thank you for that question. I had acne scars from adolescence, and they were there for years. So I decided to really experiment and take ingredients off the shelf, turmeric, coconut oil, vitamin E. I combined all these ingredients, and they worked. And they work so well that I decided to manufacture it. We've been at 2 trade shows, Premier Orlando, 2017 and this year. We've had a great response. And then actually, there's one lady here at UT who's been using it, Elizabeth Barron, and she swears by it. She says it's actually working, and I'm seeing it working on her as well, on her face. So it helps with acne, blemishes. We're not a medically based product. We're a natural product. Our preservatives are plant-based, and our ingredients are organic. We can't make any claims, but it's helped me so much that I figured I'd put it out there. And again, my whole focus of my company is to bring happiness, because I've had so much unhappiness in my life. And we all have our narratives, and we all have a lot of work that we're doing. But I sincerely believe in my company and our purpose, which is our vision, which I forgot to mention, was to help bring happiness to the community with quality products which nourish mind, body, and soul. And so that's what Benedict Enterprises does. We're committed to that, and it's been my life dream to try and reach out to all of you in the community in any way I can. And it's just a dream to be here at the University of Tampa. Thank you for this opportunity. It means a lot. Any other questions at all? Or no? Thank you so much. Okay.
Make sure you do it. All right. We had a few. Darius?
Hello, my name is Darius Azar. I'm from Ghana, Africa, and Tampa, Florida. And basically my idea is a software designed to generate firewalls automatically. It is basically a software you install to either on a portion of a hard drive that's selected for that separate hard drive, or it can be sold on a box that's connected to servers, PCs, really anywhere from home things to industrial companies or anything like that. It's an idea I thought of last night. I'm a freshman, so I didn't really have much time to think of it. And that's pretty much it.
Awesome. 2 questions. Are you a developer?
My major is cybersecurity. I know a lot about coding, so I'm going into that. So yeah, basically.
Okay. What key features about this firewall would be different than what's already out there?
From what I've noticed is that most companies don't really use a self-generating firewall program. They mostly hire people and pay like per the hour or per firewall, and these people are able to charge a lot of money to these companies to install each firewall or per hour. So my thing would be a subscription, either yearly or monthly, that would be cheaper than hiring a person to do it individually. And it would go on until the space that it's programmed for is completely full.
So is it artificial intelligence, or is it someone's manning with the subscription?
It is a little bit of both. The program does create its firewalls on its own. It'd be programmed to do that. However, let's say once a month you would hire someone like an IT or cybersecurity, just so that that market is not gone and people still have good jobs, to come check on it, to come make sure everything's running right. It works in both ways.
All right, Tristan. Tristan Payne. Tristan, okay. Let's start back at the top for those that, Crystalline. Ayala, Leonard. Victoria, Zamina. Diego. Is anybody here that hasn't presented that needs to present? All right, that's awesome. Wait, give yourself a hand.
Did you see if someone made something up real quick?
Yeah, well, I mean, the people that would make things up. All right, there's a couple of announcements. Everybody is fluttering around me. We have one more. Oh, who is it? Oh, come on in. Oh, that's okay. Well, you know, I'm glad you went to class. Some of us appreciate that.
Hello, my name is Nick George. My idea is an advertising firm. So advertising is everywhere today. It's like digital world. So like the big the thing that's gonna set me apart is like nowadays, now kids aren't really watching TV as much as they used to be. So a lot of the stuff is on like YouTube or Facebook or anything like that. So my focus is gonna be YouTube ads. And there are 3 types of YouTube ads. It's like a 30-second ad, 15-second ad, or like a full ad where you could skip after 5 seconds. So we're going to be focusing on like those 3 types because a lot of times today, like it's like a TV ad that will just like be cut down to 30 seconds and it's not really like tailored to like the internet side of things. So for the 5-second ad, just instead of like going for the 2-minute and 24-second like movie commercial, you just make like a 5-second clip saying like, this is what it is, come see it, here's where you learn more. And then the last thing that's going to set me apart is I have a background in photography and videography. I would, instead of leasing a company to come in and shoot the ad, I would do it myself and find people alike that could also be in both fields of the business and creative side.
The problem is migrating the ads to where people are, and then in the format that's suitable for that platform.
Correct.
All right. All right. That was awesome. Anybody else who needs to present? Anyone? Anybody that just wants to feel the movement and make a presentation? No? Oh, that would be Dr. White. Dr. White would like to come up and say a few words.
So, I didn't get my chance to get up here yet, so I had to do that. Thank you, Kevin. So first of all, thank you to everybody who made today possible. I'm pretty lucky. We got an amazing team, and I just show up, and it all works. So congratulations to all of you. Thank you, Jackie, wherever you are, Jackie and Olivia and Kevin and Dean and Giles and Tom and Costas, everybody else who made today work. So, and thank you to our judges. I think it was really great. I know we've got a little bit more. We're going to come back, I think, and find out who won. But before we leave, I just want to say congratulations to all of you. I know some of you came up with an idea either on your way up to the front or maybe even overnight. But this is an amazing experience. And just being up in front of this group, even if you weren't completely satisfied, in fact, I'd be surprised if any of you were completely satisfied. So even if you're feeling a little frustrated and you wish you'd done this or you wish you'd done that, you learned something from today, and it's really, really, really important. So I just wanted to congratulate all of you. I also wanted to point out that we do have a lot of other programs, if you don't win today, that can help you build your company. So make sure that you find out about those. We have an accelerator program. We have a partnership with HSN. There were a lot of products today. And that'll be in January, I think, again, here in our center. And it's a good opportunity to pitch your ideas. So, I just, again, wanted to say congrats to all of you and make sure that you don't stop. Just keep doing it. Multiple practice is part of what it's all about. So congrats to all of you.
Thank you. Dr. White always says that being an entrepreneur is a lot like yoga. You got to practice it to get good at it. And the ideas, they're not there yet, right? But they will never get there. You got to keep on working them, and it'll change, and then we get to profit and show up. Yeah, show up. That's Dr. Kutramanis' thing. Show up, right? Don't just check a box, show up. All right, now speaking of showing up, lunch. It's important. The judges are going to leave, and they're going to go through the lunch line, and they're going to get, and then they're going to be sequestered in our boardroom. And then they're going to go through these, and then you guys are all invited to lunch. And then when the judges are ready, they're going to come out, and they will make the announcement of the teams that are out there. And it's not easy. I told you it wouldn't be easy. Again, to echo Dr. White, congratulations. I mean, this is such an awesome thing. You are competing against, you heard the things. There's 44 people that came up here and spoke today. That's kind of cool. So really, really well done. Proud of all of you. All right? Anything else, Jackie? Tom, anything? I'm good. Chuck, good? Awesome. All right. Yes? Absolutely. I tell you what, let the judges go, and then you can come on up and you can pitch it to the team. The team being you people.
So what I can't remember is who was the guy that was because somebody there was a guy.
Guys, lunch. Excuse me. Oh, I forgot to pitch. Lunch is on the way, so just be patient. Yes, judges, but it's not here yet. So it's on the way. Just give a few minutes. Once the judges get their food, then we'll let you all out. Thank you.
Okay, guys, sorry to take a little more time of yours. My product is more based on the female side, and I see a lot of ladies here. That's why I want your reviews here. I'm from India. My name is Dwanil, and I'm in the MS Entrepreneurship program here. My product is basically, I've seen a problem wherein a lot of female have this problem of breastfeeding their babies in public spaces because they could not find a space or a spot. And for that problem, I found a solution wherein I want, a lot of you might know those baby holders that they have on their back. The same thing, a similar thing which is on the front, and it covers the woman until the neck, and it's basically netted, so the baby can get all the air and everything through it, but and no one from outside has any view inside. And the mother has so it's basically cushioned from the back, and the mother has the capacity of adjusting the baby in and out, whatever, in the way they want to. And they can feed their baby in public spaces, maybe on airports or wherever they are, in family events or anywhere. And yeah, so this is the product, and if you could just give me some reviews on it.
So don't hesitate at lunch, pull them aside and say, that's the dumbest idea I've ever heard of, or that's nothing but awesome. I mean, so give them some feedback. That's what this whole collective is about, is literally sharing the ideas, get it out there. If you're worried about somebody stealing your idea, don't be ridiculous. Share it, share it, share it. It's the best way to get it out there. Good job. All right.